few moments now with Richard Wilkins, who is a soybean farmer from Delaware and currently serves as the first vice president of the American Soybean Association. Man, you all have been busy working for farmers.
We have. It's a burden of love.
As we work on trade agreements, the other issue that's come up now is what's going on across the pond in the European Commission. Kind of a no holds barred. Everybody kind of decide what works best for them, individual member states, as they came together to kind of act as one. But now that's might be changed when it comes to genetically modified. Of course, probably has the soybean farmers very concerned.
It does have us concerned. You know, at the same time, it was a week of both ups and downs. The upside is that four very important biotechnology traits for soybean farmers were finally approved for importation into the European Union. You know, we've got this high oleic soybean that we've invested into. It will help us to regain lost market share for human consumption of soybean oil. At the same time, it exhibits extremely good frying characteristics. So it's a type of soybean, high oleic soybeans, that we've been afraid to fully commercialize and fully launch because it had not yet been approved in all of our major export markets. So this is another step forward for us to be able to do that. But on the downside, yes, the proposal to allow individual member nations of the European Union to opt out of the importation of GMOs, that's very upsetting. You know, the whole European Union concept and idea was a common market, was to enable them to be able to trade with one another on a level playing field. You know, we've worked real hard. United States soybean farmers have worked very hard to show our European customers the way that we are sustainably producing soybean, the way that we're able to meet their desire and their requirements to source their soybean and soybean meal from sustainable production practices. Now we risk these advancements that we've made there, you know, being lost to this opt-out provision.
Well, let's talk now a little bit domestically, and you know, there's still a great story of soybeans. You know, reports keep showing that we are growing more acres and in places that we haven't before. And I want to talk about your farm just a little bit, but talk about just that production side of where we're sitting, looking at the 2015 year.
Well, certainly, as we've seen the trend in areas of the country that had traditionally been big producers of wheat, and now they have been shifting away from wheat acres to more soybean acres. And then in the southeastern United States, where cotton prices are you know, less than what the cost of production is, so we see the opportunity for more soybean acres in the southeastern and Gulf states. So yeah, there is potential for increased plantings of soybeans across the country. You know, so it's very important for us. Hate to go back to the trade issues, but and if we're going to produce more, then we need to find a home. We need to find a home for more of these products.
All right, let's talk as we cover a lot of soybean acres in Nebraska, Kansas, and that western part, Delaware. Let's talk about what that means to have somebody from the East Coast as part of ASA's leadership, but also talk about how soybeans became part of your operation.
Soybeans are extremely dear to my heart because when my father gave me a 3-acre field in 1972 as an FFA project, soybeans was the crop that I planted on those 3 acres. In my home state of Delaware, soybeans remain our number one crop. Corn is a very close second. So you know, we're a very diversified agricultural region. Many Midwesterners and farmers from Nebraska and Kansas are very pleased when they have the opportunity to come and visit the Delmarva Peninsula, and they're amazed at how rural and how rich an agriculture area that we are.
Richard, thanks for your work and lots of topics. I'm sure we'll talk to you again as we go through this leadership of ASA. Thanks.
I'm sure we will. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Richard Wilkins, who is a Delaware farmer and first vice president of the American Soybean Association. From Washington, I'm Ken Rogers.